Guys, on this special edition of Real Boxing with living legend Ronnie Shields, we pick up where we left off last week. We continue talking about Terrence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov at BMO Stadium. And then, yes, of course, just like the title states, oh boy, we go through the recently announced card at Riyadh season in Saudi Arabia on October 12th. Shakur versus Joe Cordina. We'll see what the coach has to say about that. All this and more on the latest edition of Real Boxing with living legend Ronnie Shields.
Proudly presents living legend and elite level trainer Ronnie Shields.
Oh boy, thank you, Morgan Freeman. We appreciate that awesome introduction. But guys, this would not be a Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific without the counsel of our dear friend, the elite level trainer and living legend, the incomparable Coach Ronnie Shields. Ronnie, how art thou, sir?
Everything's good, man.
Oh, I tell you what, living the dream, brother, living the dream. Well, at least someone's dream anyway. Oh, I tell you what, this South Texas sun is something else, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, well, what a better way to get guys into fight shape, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, my word. I tell you what, I think I've lost about, well, we won't talk about that, but I am getting ready to get into light heavyweight shape for the first time since I was a sprite youngin' at the age of 40. Yep, Dan Raphael, step off, brother. Step off. But I tell you what, guys, before we start talking to our dear friends in the chat, and once again, we're going to put fact or fiction on the side burner for a bit in this because we're going to get caught up still. It's been a couple weeks. Well, last week we reconvened with Coach Ronnie, but we ran out of time. And so we're going to pick up where we left off and continue talking about Riyadh season in LA on Saturday, August 3rd at the BMO Stadium. Yes, it's pronounced BMO Stadium, right? Not BMO, guys. I was corrected by my brother Thomas Triber, who is the announcer for most of the card. So here we go. I think we stopped talking about Jared Anderson, Martin Bacoli, right? Well, it turns out that Turki Al-Sheikh is interested now in Martin Bacoli and the Big Bang Zhilei Zhang. Oh, my word. Now, let me just tell you, if that one is being looked at for Fury Usyk 2, that fight already does a pile driver on every other fight that was announced today for Riyadh season October 12th. Coach Ronnie, how do you like it, sir?
I love that fight. I mean, I love it. I love it. You know, if you can't get the champion, then you got to get the next best thing.
Ooh. Can we say, dare I say, Martin Bacoli is the Big Bang of Africa?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
He
wow.
definitely is.
Oh my gosh, both guys can crack. Both guys have noggins the size of church bells. And both guys have skill. And you know what? They're riding high on a streak. And honestly, I don't know who to pick for the winner.
Man, that's really a tough one. It really is. And you got to do a lot of studying to pick a winner on this one.
I'll tell you what, man, that's beyond my pay grade. But no, we're gonna do our best to figure it out. But look, now just as we talked about Jared Anderson, if and James Gogi, our brother James Gogi, thought of this, he said, look, if you're gonna pay a lot of money for this fight, you better make a stipulation that both guys have to come into the weigh-in weighing less than 280 pounds, just so that ensures that we get the best version of both fighters. Is that a stroke of genius, or is that not realistic, Coach?
It's not realistic.
I
wouldn't do that, because you want the fighters at their best, okay? You don't want to have to put heavyweights in a position to where now they got to start making weight. Why? They're so used to fighting big. They've been successful at fighting big. So why would you want to change that? No, you can't. You can't do that. These guys are going to give you the best of themselves at the weight that they are comfortable with. They're heavyweights, so it shouldn't matter what weight they are. I mean, come on, just look at what he did to Jared Anderson.
Oof.
And you want to make him lose weight? Why would you want to do that? No, Keep him right there. That's where he's comfortable at. He throws a lot of punches, and he puts on a great show. So why would you want to change that? I wouldn't change nothing at all. And look at Zhilei Zhang, the same thing. Look what he did to Deontay. And you want to make him lose weight? No. Keep these guys where they are. Let these guys be comfortable where they are. Then you're going to get the best version of both guys. If you make these guys lose weight, then, it affects, when you lose weight, okay, it affects you mentally. It really does. And you have had to be a fighter to understand that. It really pisses you off that, you got to lose weight when you don't really have to. Why would you want to do that? Don't make sense.
There it is. And there it is. And Coach Ronnie, once again, this is your area of expertise because unlike a lot of trainers these days, you have a long storied history of training heavyweight fighters. How different is it when you're training the heavyweight compared to someone like Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker?
Well, it's a big difference because heavyweights have least worry about anything, Other fighters have to worry about weight. You have to worry about when you're going to eat next. Heavyweights don't have that problem. They get in shape. As long as they get them in shape, they're ready to go. And then, everything is good. That's a less worry they've never had to worry about.
And yes, this is an 18 and over show. And our brother Adam Montequilla Lopez.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Your former fighter. Yeah. And he knows that during fight week, Coach Ronnie, when you're getting ready to weigh in, it is misery. Misery. Hell on earth, guys. If you want to know what hell feels like, just try losing weight, man, and get ready for that scale in a prize fight. You're going to get your head beaten, and you're going to have to make weight and go through misery to do it. Hey, buddy, there's got to be a better way to earn a living than that.
Yes, indeed. Unless you have to do it, you don't know what it's all about.
Oh, boy. You know what? I think women have it easy because he says, yeah, it's a man's period. No.
Yeah.
That's worse. That's worse.
It's worse.
Oh, boy. I tell you what. And El Pinche, we'll do our best, sir. We'll try to do this. Let me try to do this. The compressor is working overtime, so let me try to do this for you. We'll see if this is better for you. Guys, can you hear me okay? Can you guys still hear me okay? Okay, Ronnie, speak, please.
Yes.
And there it is.
Can you hear me?
Very, very good. And let's hope that balances out the compressor so it stops working overtime. I'll tell you what, guys, let's say hello to our dear friends in chat. Let's finish this before we move on. Eric Gomez, welcome to the show, sir, and thank you for being the first one in the queue. Yep, the living legend is here to join us. I tell you what, guys, this is the best part of my week every week. Team Batman Boxing, welcome to the show, sir, and thank you for supporting the coach. We appreciate it, brother. And also my brother, Hands of Stone, best show ever. You know what? I'm not going to disagree with that. And the boxing scientists, we always love hearing from you, my friend. Thank you for joining us and supporting the coach on this day. And please, guys, after we're finished visiting with Coach Ronnie, I'm going to stay on for an extra hour, maybe an hour and a half. This is going to be a marathon show tonight because we have a lot to talk about, and we're going to promote the show coming up in San Antonio at the Shriner Auditorium this Saturday, August 24th. And we're going to be featuring a couple of PBC fighters as well. Oh, joy. Can't wait for that. And it's also going to be televised on KSAT 12. Yes, Adam. That's right, KSAT 12. How do you like that? Adam Hurley, welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for supporting the coach on this day. Also, Bruce, Gas Boxing, Jazz, and more. Guys, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to my brother Bruce's channel. Always does a great job. Great boxing historian. Boxing Science says, I never had to cut weight and I've never had a period, so I wouldn't know, but I'll take your word for it, Joe. You know what, brother? If I didn't know any better, I'd be insulted. But yeah, okay. Cutting weight sucks, guys. Uh-oh, Adam says working some corners so he won't be able to do expert commentary on the night. Well, tell you what, it's going to be me and my lonesome den. What joy. A big 5 or 6 hour marathon, because this is going to be a marathon card, guys, with 12 featured bouts on the evening. Yeah, lucky me. Well, I tell you what, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Let's keep going, though, guys. Look, and so I love Martin Bakole versus Big Bang Zhang. I love that fight, and you know what? May the best man win. And just to let you guys know, and Coach Ronnie already gave the game away before that fight. He didn't want to admit it, but he did anyway. He said, yeah, Deontay Wilder is oh boy, he's not in his fighting prime, put it that way. But I will say this, speaking with Tim Lane, the manager, one of the managers of Zhang, he said, according to the Big Bang, he said, you know, guys, even though Deontay was past his prime, he still felt those right hands. Deontay could still punch. My guy had just to put forth the best poker face he possibly could because he took some of those shots. Now, when you consider that, Gogi, when you consider that, Ronnie, and then when you consider all the shots that Jared landed against Martin Bakole, can you say definitively who's got the better chin of the two?
Ooh. Of Wilder and Jared?
No. I'm talking about Martin and Big Bang.
Oh, wow. Yeah, man. I mean, that's tough, you know, because
that's what makes this fight so intriguing, doesn't it?
That's tough. That's really tough because they both got a good chin, man. Because, you know, Jared can punch, you know, and Jared hit him, and he didn't. He looked at Jared and smiled. Like, you know, that's all you got, you know.
Oh, that's scary.
And I know Jared can hit, you know, and we know Wilder can punch. And Big Bang did the same thing. Just looked at him and smiled at him, you know. So
without, go ahead, sir.
I seen Big Bang up close when he fought Philip Herkovic, and Philip hit him with some good shots that didn't do anything to him. So they both can take a punch. That's going to be a great fight. And surprisingly, that's not going to be the main event.
tell you what, guys. Look, and without doing any film study, obviously, who would you give the edge to at this time?
Man, that's
Push. Save that for another episode.
no, but no. Seriously, I probably would give Zhilei Zhang I would probably favor him as a slight favorite right now, but definitely I could change my mind by fight time.
Oh boy, I tell you what, the only thing that really concerns me about Zhilei Zhang in this fight is the engine. After round 5 or 6, that could be a massive detriment for the Big Bang.
Yeah, but
because honestly, I know Martin's
thing,
a big man, but I've never seen him have engine problems.
Right. But understand something now. He's never fought nobody like Zhang before. And Zhang has fought plenty of guys like him before. So that could be the difference in the fight.
Deep amateur background.
Yeah. Absolutely. So that could be the difference in the fight.
Oh, but guys.
That's a great fight, man. I'm telling you, that's a great fight.
Fury Usyk 2 just got cranked up to first class.
Yeah, it did.
Or as the Saudis say, business class. How do you like that?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what. So let's move on. Oh, boy. Speaking of 2 heavyweights, and I guess this is why Coach Gogi brought the proposition of making that stipulation of 280. Because in the fight right after that, Andy Ruiz took on Big Baby, the other Big Baby, Jarrell Miller. And, Andy didn't look, well, he looked like Snickers shape, didn't he? He looked great for 4 rounds. Now, how much of that was attributed to him not being in the ring for 2 years or that nasty injured right hand that he showed everybody immediately following the fight?
Well, it could be a little bit of both, but I think more because you haven't been in the ring in a while. It doesn't matter who you are. You can't fool your body, and you can't rush your body to get in shape. You have to continuously keep your body in, halfway decent shape, even though you've been out of the ring a long time, because then all of a sudden you're trying to force your body to get in shape. You shouldn't have to ever do that. Not if you're a professional fighter. You got to always stay in shape. That's the most important thing is, keep yourself 4 or 5 weeks out and you're ready to go. You have to keep yourself going because your body will definitely quit on you.
I tell you what, and we almost saw it. Like I will tip my do-rag to Andy Ruiz because I was shocked that he made it to the final bell.
Yeah.
He looked like he didn't have anything left. And were you a bit surprised that Jarrell Miller didn't just sit down on his shots and just crack that piñata? Sorry. Look, I'm a beaner. I can say that stuff. No, I'm sorry. As you were, Ronnie.
No, but look, man, Jarrell fought a great fight. So many people thought he won the fight, and they got lucky and got a draw out of it. He's really lucky. He got the draw because so many people like myself thought that Big Baby won that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they were just being nice on the day because Andy Ruiz helped sell a lot of tickets in LA.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I think. That's just my opinion. I don't know. But I tell you what, so what does the future hold for both men, Ronnie, if you had to guess?
Well, look, it's not a loss on either part. So, so you just go back to the drawing board. A rematch doesn't do anything for anybody. So I wouldn't even consider that if I was either party. But, it's always something big. These guys can fight anybody because they're world-class fighters. So they can get in with anybody. It doesn't make a difference. So I just don't think they should rematch because I don't think it does any good for either guy.
Indeed. Indeed. I'll tell you what, I would love to see an in-shape Andy Ruiz when he gets his hand healed against any top 15 heavyweight. I would also love to see big baby Jarrell Miller now in another big fight. I think he earned it with his last performance. Had a great camp, came in shape, and I think we saw that. So I tell you what, both men are serviceable. Both men make for great action fights. Hey, give them another shot. Give them another shot at whomever is available. I tell you what, let's move on then. We've got a lot of ground to cover, guys. I tell you what, I was speaking to my brother Thomas Triber about this one. I said, you know who's going to remember you for the rest of his life? That's Jose Rayo Valenzuela, because you got the honor of saying, and the new, and that's something that always every championship fighter will remember for the rest of his life. And Jose Valenzuela, sticking to the strategy put forth by Robert Garcia in upsetting Isaac Pitbull Cruz by way of split decision, he became the new WBA junior welterweight champion. Were you a bit surprised that Jose Valenzuela could fight a disciplined fight like that for 12 rounds?
Oh, I wasn't surprised at all. You know, I looked at this kid before that fight, just to, because I'd never seen him fight before. So I just wanted him to see how he fought. I said, man, this kid can actually beat Isaac, and, look, but Isaac Cruz, man, let me tell you something. He comes to fight. I mean, this kid, he, don't matter who it is, he'll fight anybody. As we've seen, he's fought everybody, and he came to fight. But I just thought he looked really small to me at 140 pounds, and I really believe that 135 is his weight. He moved up, but, I just think, he's just too small for 140. These guys are a lot bigger. Everybody's going to be taller than him anyway.
Yep.
But these guys are bigger, they're longer. And, it's going to be tough for him at 140 pounds. I really believe he belongs at lightweight. And I don't know if he could make that, make lightweight. But I think that's his best bet. Because he gave Tank a great fight at 135. And I just think that he should go back down to 135.
Yeah, look, when Gervonta Davis is calling you shorty, you have no business fighting at 140. Come on, let's just be real. But I will say this. Rayo Valenzuela fought a perfect fight that night. I don't think anyone can disagree with that.
No.
But it brought out a lot of, shortcomings. And I'm no pun intended, guys. Brought out a lot of shortcomings for Isaac Cruz. He needs to focus on learning, adding that new wrinkle in cutting off the ring and closing the distance more effectively. Because did you ever see him use his positioning to cut off any escape routes that night?
No.
No. But guys, I tell you what, congratulations nonetheless for Robert Garcia. Once again, another champion. Guys, he's doing a great job with his stable. Jose Valenzuela becoming the new WB. Now, what does the future hold for Rayo Valenzuela at 140? Who would you like to see him up against? Here are the other champions. Teofimo Lopez. Well, the WBC is currently vacant. You've got Liam Paro, who just picked up the WBO in his big victory over Subriel Matias.
Yeah.
And that is a talent-rich division.
Yes, it is.
Who would you like to see him up against, Coach?
Teofimo Lopez. I'd love to see that fight.
Oh, that is a great fight, Coach.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see what happens,
I love
guys.
that fight.
Oh,
Absolutely.
we'll see what happens, guys. But let's move to the main event of the evening. Terrence Crawford wins a, in the eyes of a lot of fans, a surprising unanimous decision against Israel Madrimov, lifting the title off of him and becoming the new WBA and the new WBC junior middleweight champion. Coach, were you a bit surprised at the lack of action or entertainment value, or is this just TC being TC? And yeah, he's going to take whatever you give him.
Let me tell you something. People got, if you've been in boxing a long time, you got to understand styles make fights.
Indeed.
And these guys basically had the same style. And with Crawford, he's not a go-getter. He sometimes he'll set the pace, but then he'll let you come right back and set the pace of the fight. But Crawford is just so smart. He's so good at what he does. And, it was a close fight. It really was a close fight. And it could have went either way because you had a lot of close rounds. But, Crawford, I thought he won the fight. And that's why he's the new champion. But, every fight is not going to be a knockout bomb kind of fight because the styles were just too similar. And, even close, these guys were trying to do damage close, but it just wasn't there. Both guys really had good defense. And, Crawford kind of messed his eye up a little bit, and, sometimes that's what judges look at. They're like, who's been getting hit? And they see that, and that kind of, put the other guy in favor of a lot of rounds. So, it is what it is, but, Crawford is the champion. And, if they fight a rematch, it's going to be the same fight.
Gosh, do we want to see a rematch though, Coach?
But you got to understand the kid, he was champion. And normally, he have a rematch clause in the contract. I'm not sure if they did, but if he did, then yeah, Crawford have to honor that.
Yep. Well, let's hope that they don't have it. Yeah. But I will say this, Iceman, thank God the judges did have this kind of ideology and mentality when the fight was taking place. Coach, I know a lot of fans carry around this concept of, you need to take the title from the champ. But aren't you sick of hearing that? Because that's not the way the fight is scored.
No. It's tough, man. It's like, suppose neither one of them was champ. Then what you got?
There it is.
You have to look at it that way. Because, look, Crawford is a champion also, moving up. And, like I said, it was a lot of close rounds, but, I don't think we look at the fight as close as a judge look at it. We may turn away, talk to somebody or whatever, and we're not watching everything. Sometimes it's just the little things that you miss. And judges, they are taught to watch everything. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, defense counts in a fight also. This is why you have defense.
That's it.
It's not just how many times you get hit. It's how many times you catch punches too also. I mean, everything's supposed to count, not just how many times you get hit.
That's it, guys. Look. And in case you want to get a refresher course in how fights are scored, go listen to our show last week because we went into it with great length analyzing Virgil Ortiz versus Sergey Bohachuk, a Fight of the Year candidate, right? And we're not going to spend that time here tonight again. So it's still up, guys. Go check it out. But look, guys, all I can say is this. Tranquilo, gentlemen. Tranquilo. Take it easy. Take it easy. It's only the fight game, guys. And look, Sid UK, I love you, brother. Never change to please anyone, my friend. And we want to thank Sid UK for joining the coach from across the pond. We love you here, brother. You're one of my favorite members of our extended family. We love you, my friend. I think that goes without saying. And oh shit, your former fighter is in rare form, brother. Look at this. Oh, boy. General Soul talking about Big Bang Chalet Zhang. Yeah, he says, I like Bakoli versus Kung Pao Chicken. Oh, Ching Gao, dude. Can you be any more politically correct? Or incorrect, rather, should I say. Chihuahua, man. We love you, brother. And we want to welcome Yahadir Sanchez. Welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for supporting the coach on this day. We love you, man. Thank you for being here. Please remember to hit the like button for our brother, our coach. So, guys, 30 minutes in. So we're going to talk more about Terrence Crawford a little bit later on the show, right? But when you look at that card, and no, the action didn't really live up to the billing. And once again, that's why they fight the fight. Some may look on paper, but not really play out that way. But then some may look absolutely abysmal on paper, but they end up being barn burners. But I'll tell you what, Coach, after reviewing what was announced today, which is going to be the entire undercard on October 12th in Saudi Arabia, I'm not all that excited, Coach. Now, of course, the main event is something that we've all been waiting for, Arthur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol. That's going to be a killer main event, maybe. Maybe if Arthur Beterbiev is still Arthur Beterbiev. But almost 40 years of age. Yeah. He's still 39. And he's coming off of a torn meniscus repaired injury.
Yeah.
Coach, forgive me for saying this, but I think, and we're going to visit with Iceman John Scully as co-trainer tomorrow. But, Coach, I can't help but feel that he is just getting his last big payday, a career-high payday, and then going to call it a day. Coach, are you anticipating a wide 12-round UD for Dimitri Bivol in this one?
Not at all, man. You know, not at all. No. Absolutely not. I think Beterbiev is going to win.
Oh, boy.
I do. I think he's going to win. You know, yes, he's an older guy, but this guy, he can fight. You know, and he comes to knock your head off. And he lets you know that. He lets you know that from bell one. I'm coming to knock your head off. And look, I like Bivol. He's a great fighter.
Yep.
But I think, with the pressure of Beterbiev, man, that's not Canelo pressure. That's different pressure. You know, and a lot of people have been comparing Canelo, what Bivol was able to do to Canelo and get away and get around. This is different.
Yep.
This is different. This guy has a lot of experience in that ring. He knows how to cut the ring off. He knows how to trap you in corners. He knows how to trap you on the ropes. You know, but I think Bivol has to command the center of the ring in order to win this fight. And that's going to be hard to do.
Well, in the immortal words of Eddie Futch, sir, a bull can't fight in circles.
That's right.
Yep. The only thing that I'm concerned with, once again, Iceman brings this up, especially after knee surgery. That's the only thing. But once again, we're going to get an update, a progress report on Arthur Beterbiev tomorrow with his co-trainer, Iceman John Scully. So, guys, be on the lookout for that. I'm really can't wait. But look, Ronnie, with the exception of the co-main event, let me go through this card real quick. In the co-main event of the evening, Shakur Stevenson versus Joe Cordina. Shit. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Camille Zarameta. Fabio Wardley versus Fraser Clark II.
Yeah,
J.L. Pataya versus Jack Massey. Do I have to continue with this nonsense?
No.
Oh, ching. Now, look, guys, this is what you get. That's all I'm going to say to you guys. This is what you get. Now, once again, we look at the pay-per-view sales of every single pay-per-view from Riyadh season before this. and not one has cracked the 100,000 purchase mark. So are there any fights that you guys asked for on this, aside from the main event? No. Do you think anyone involved cares? No, because you guys didn't show up. You guys didn't show up and show out. So you guys have yourselves to blame for this. Oh, but Chingao, let me go back to those Shakur Stevenson versus Joe Cordina, a former 130-pound champion who just got his clock cleaned and is now moving up to 35 and taking on Shakur Stevenson. And this is a one-off. According to Eddie Hearn, he is not signing Shakur Stevenson to a long-term deal. This is a one-off. And he's paying Shakur Stevenson, from what I've been told, $5 million rock for this. Oh my gosh. So how much do you think Shakur's going to expect when he faces someone like Tank Davis?
Oh, at least triple, 4 times that much.
Oh my gosh. Look, I can say this. Shakur Stevenson, unless he starts kissing the ring, he's in trouble. He's in trouble in terms of landing a big fight. You can kiss Lomachenko goodbye. Now, once again, to get the thoughts of our dear friend, James from the Boxing Source. James, how you doing, my friend?
Man, just getting fiddled in of sorts, but it's a long story though, man. I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry, brother, but my brother G Funky has the beat. Stevenson will have an inflated sense of worth. Now, you mean he didn't already? He already had one. Now you're giving the Devin Haney treatment. This is downright grotesque. Oh, boy. Now, James, if you didn't hear, I just told Ronnie, broke the bad news, saying that Stevenson, from what I've been told, is going to be receiving $5 million rock for this showcase bout against an overmatched Joe Cordina. To quote our dear friend Rick Glazier, he states, I don't even think a betting line is going to be available for this one because it's such a mismatch. James?
Oh, my goodness.
Can you say inflated sense of market value?
Overinflated sense of market value. Overinflated. We're having Shakur Stevenson face a guy in Joe Cordina that just got stopped by Anthony Casasi in a division at super featherweight. Now they put him in the WBC rankings at lightweight to set up this particular fight with Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, that I'm really, frustrated about this whole situation and anything, because number one, is this what Shakur Stevenson wanted to end up doing, is to end up having just a one-off with Matchroom and get this purse just for a fight where he's highly favored in a fight against Joe Cordina. And then after that pretty much sets the bar of what he will want from this point forward, regardless of who his opponent is.
Oh, boy. And once again, who does Eddie Hearn handle at 135?
Oh, it wouldn't really matter at this point. It's gonna be it'll be a one and done.
Oh, Ronnie. Yeah, this is a one and done. So why is he doing this? Because he's getting 20%. Coach Ronnie, he knows the business better than anybody. Is he doing this because he just doesn't care and it's not his money?
It's not his money, so why should he care?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not his money. It's not his money.
And he's getting a percentage of it, so why not?
Yeah, and it's 2 fighters that he pretty much gets the percentage off of.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I tell you what, guys. Look, my mother always taught me that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I usually don't. So I usually don't listen to that. But, you know, tonight I think I'm going to, because we've got too much to discuss, including Christian Mbilli versus Sergey Derevyanchenko that took place this past Saturday. But before we go further, let's talk to my brother Sid UK. He says, Adam, man, go to Mexico and pay a few dollars. Could have had a record and go to Riyadh season. Man, they throwing that money away, bro. You know, that's not a bad idea, sir. Alberto. Thank you for hanging with us, supporting the coach once again, my friend. We love you, brother. Says the undercard for Bivol Beterbiev is so lackluster. I will not be buying it. I'll catch the highlights of the main event the next day. You know what, brother? I can't blame you. I can't blame you. Once again, Alberto points this out. Joe Cordina arguably lost to that Velasquez kid before getting KO'd too. Boy, Shakur sure is daring to be great. Oh, boy.
Well, you can't blame Shakur, man. You can't blame him. Because if they come and throw $5 million at anybody, they're going to take it.
Yeah, you know what? If they start giving away government cheese again, I'll be right there in line, because that's what makes the best enchiladas. And yes, I said it. And you know that's true, Ronnie.
Absolutely.
You know what? So if they're giving it away, I'm there. So, yeah, Ronnie is right in essence. But, boy, you are sparing the rod in this case, aren't you? You sure are.
Man.
You sure are. But let's talk.
All I'm saying.
Go ahead, sir.
You know, it's hard. It's hard to get big fights, all right, and get the money that you think you deserve. But when they come to you with $5 million for that opponent, name one person that's not even a fighter would say no to that.
Like I said, I'm willing to stand in line for government cheese, so that's not me, brother. Now, once again, guys, anyone, before you cast aspersions, I defy any of you who have ever made enchiladas or nachos with government cheese and not swear by it. It is the very best. I cook my ass off. And so there it is. There it is, guys. So it's not about it. It's not about the principle, not about the price tag. It's about the end result, my friend. And yeah, coach is right. Shakur is like, you can't fault him.
No.
You can't fault him. That's easy money. That's easy money, coach.
Absolutely.
And it's right there on the global stage. Yep. Well, I tell you what, though. Why are you making Eddie Hearn the lead promoter in this Riyadh season? That makes no sense, coach. Look what he's doing. Now, to anyone who criticized Al Heyman over the past 2 years and said Eddie Hearn was the best promoter in boxing, can you make a case for that now?
Nope.
Nope. James, can you make a case for that now, brother?
Certainly not with this card.
Oh, I tell you what, we'll let you eat your Chinese food for the time being, brother. We'll get back to you in a second, James. We love you, my friend. Thank you for being with. And Alberto says, yeah, I'll stick with my Tillamook cheese. Woo! Peter Von Arts, welcome to the show, sir. And thank you for supporting the coach on this day. We love you, my friend. But guys, let's go back to this past Saturday. Christian Mbilli. He won a very wide UD in 10 over the one-handed Sergey Derevyanchenko. And my brother, Coach James Gogi, said this. Man, I'll bet you Ronnie Shields, our brother Ronnie, is licking his chops looking at this saying, you know what? Call out Dave Morrell Jr. Go ahead. I dare you. Call out Dave Morrell. He says Coach Ronnie is licking his chops waiting to put this guy out. Now, Coach, did you see how many deficiencies this guy had with a one-arm bandit like Sergey Derevyanchenko? What would Dave Morrell do to Christian Mbilli at this time?
Oh, he would kill him. No doubt.
Yep.
No doubt. thing about it though, David is now campaigning at 175, so he's not even on the radar now. So, but look, he tries to be a bully, but Sergey, I got to take my hat off to him.
Mm-hmm.
I really and truly do. And I've had somebody ask me today, would I have stopped the fight? And man, you know what? I really and truly don't know.
Mm.
I really can't say I would have. I probably would have wanted to, but this guy Sergey had never been stopped before, and he didn't ask for me. He didn't ask his corner to, hey, y'all should stop this. He's a fighter. He wanted to fight. And he was trying to do the best he can with one arm. And the thing about it is, they showed it in slow motion. You saw where.
Oh,
the
yeah,
injury
that
happened.
bicep. Oh,
Oh my
separated.
God.
Oh, it's gross.
I've had a bruised bicep before, but not like
Oof.
that.
That was detached, Coach.
Yes, I was detached. So that could be the end of his career. And
Mm.
as a fighter, he wanted to keep on going. I know he did, because you don't want to get stopped, and but he would start throwing it a little bit, but he did his best, and man, that's very courageous of him, and
Mm-hmm.
I really commend his corner too, because you could see they wanted to stop the fight, but he didn't want to hear that,
Yep.
he's man, just, and although he didn't say it that just probably was his last fight, you know as a coach, you have to know your fighter to know that
Mm-hmm.
what he's thinking, and and you have to look in his eyes and see what you see, and you could tell when the guy wants to end it. Fighters are not going to end it themselves; they look for the corner to do that. But
Yep.
but being with a fighter for so long, you know what's in his eyes, and they know he didn't want to quit. So
Yep.
but I take my hat off to him. I really and truly do. Fighting one-handed the way he did, and
Mm-hmm.
just doing the best he could, and he not, and it's hard to do when his wife was just sitting there
Yep.
knowing something is wrong with her husband, and why aren't these guys stopping the fight?
Yep.
He's a fighter. Just he didn't want to stop, and I'm glad they didn't stop it. I'm glad he went the distance, and and now he can make up his mind. Because let me tell you something, if he decides he's going to come back, I'll be one of the first person to watch this guy again.
Indeed. Indeed. And I tell you what, Iceman says this probably was his last fight anyway, according to his manager, Keith Connolly. He said, nope, at 168 pounds, it's wide open outside of the Canelo because Canelo's getting ready to relinquish his titles anyway, like he's doing it for belts. And at 39, he says, we're going to get that surgically repaired. He still feels young. He still feels like he has a lot to prove. He still feels like he's fighting at a championship level, and he wants to get a title before he retires. Coach, I tell you what, if every single fighter had that kind of heart in boxing today, it would still be a mainstream sport.
Yes, it would. Absolutely.
James, do you have anything to add to that, my friend?
I mean, that was a valiant effort there from Sergey Derevyanchenko, and going to the part about the back and forth about if the fight would have been stopped or not. Of course, you have Coach Andre Rozier as his head coach, and the interesting thing was like in the post fight report, they were talking about, I think it was his chief second was there alongside his wife, and they were like under that consideration of throwing in the towel during those like 7th and 8th and 9th rounds where you're seeing Derevyanchenko take a lot of punishment. But it goes into what you're saying is like a fighter is a competitor. Like he's not gonna go in there and, just say, stop the fight, stop the fight. That's up to the trainer, the trainer or the chief second. So, for that particular instance to happen, real time during the fight kind of like shows, how hard it is to, gauge what's going on with your fighter and the safety of your fighter, so to speak. So I thought that was like a key point there because, his wife was, has been with Sergey since about 20 years old or something like that. So to see that happen, to her husband, it was just, really heart-wrenching, I know.
And yeah, leave it up to the ESPN producer to continue showing that. Well, that showed a lot of class. Chingao. Yeah. But I tell you what, here to there. Welcome to the show, sir, and thank you for supporting the coach on this day. But I will say this, guys. Christian Mbilli, and even with Sergey Derevyanchenko being a one-arm bandit, he's still hurt Mbilli, walking him into that right hand.
Yeah.
Now, dare I say, Jeff Lacey Part 2? Coach Ronnie? Your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is not ready. He is not ready for Canelo Alvarez.
Well,
you know what? I don't even know if he's ready for, oh, forgive me for saying this, Jaime Munguia, coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good fight, but I would have to favor Jaime right now. Absolutely.
Boy. JR, what say you, my friend?
I mean, it looks like they're setting up the stage for that. They're under Top Rank Boxing. They're going to have
He's
Jaime
fighting
Munguia.
in a couple weeks.
You're going up against Eric Bazinian on September 20th.
No. Say that name again, but with the right vernacular, sir.
All right, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Eric Bazinian.
Yep, there it is. Eric Bazinian. Gesundheit. And there it is. Look, guys, I have to say this. Christian Mbilli, we learned a lot from, and this is why you fight the fights. And, Top Rank, now that they're working with him and the Tiger management, they wanted to see what they had. And they understand exactly what they have. And, guys, he is not ready for the elite at 68. He's not.
Not yet.
So how many more fights, if you had your druthers, if you were training Christian Mbilli, if you were Mark Ramsey, how many more fights, sir?
I would say 2 to 3 more fights. At least. But it have to be that kind of competition against a Derevyanchenko like that. You can't go backwards.
Yeah.
You got to keep going forward now.
Unless you're Shakur Stevenson. Chingao. But no, coach is absolutely right. You cannot go backwards. And once again, he's in the right hands now. Once again, I love the Tiger management. We've been friends with them for a very long time. They're great guys and they know what they're doing. Putting them in the capable hands of Brad Goodman and Bruce Trampler. Yeah, you can see a storm brewing between Jaime Munguia and Christian Mbilli. I tell you what, you're welcome, boxing. And there it is. You're welcome, fight fans.
Question, Joe.
Let's hear it.
Where would you put that fight?
I'll tell you where I'd put that fight. Oh, boy. Are you ready for this?
Listening.
In San Antonio, Texas, home of the Alamo, baby. Woo! Yes, with me taking over lead commentary duties for Christian Poncher. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. Now, in not in fantasy land, but realistically, you put that under maybe Lomachenko's next fight. You put that under. Now, once again, that is a headliner, but exactly where do you put that fight? Because Christian Mbilli, outside of Montreal, isn't a big ticket seller.
No.
And you don't dare put it in Arizona like Golden Boy and Eddie Hearn likes to stage events. So where indeed do you put that fight? You don't want to put it in California because then you don't make any money. As Turkey El Sheikh just found out. You might as well be fighting in Santiago, Cuba. Because that is downright communism. But I will say this, the Lone Star State beckons, guys. Put it in either Dallas, Houston, or San Antonio. You can't go wrong. That's where fighters and promoters make money. Am I wrong about that, Ronnie?
Not at all. Not at all.
There it is. San Antonio, home of the Alamo.
Yep.
Yes. And I said it just like Spinal Tap, right? And it's funny. 20 years ago, I saw Spinal Tap, one of my heroes, right? Perform live. Michael McKeon, right? Who played Lenny on Laverne and Shirley. He's the singer for Spinal Tap. And after his first couple songs, he goes, "So this is San Antonio, home of the Alamo." And everyone just started cracking up. So now I always refer to San Antonio as home of the Alamo. And there it is. So put it there, baby. We're ready for it. I'll help blow it up. Come on now. Just as I have this event coming up on August 24th, guys. August 24th at the Shriner Auditorium, guys. Don't be square. Be there. Come on now, guys. Doors open at 6 p.m. And I'll be doing commentary. It's going to be televised all over the place. And it's going to be available to everyone on ksat.com. And it'll be available for everyone in the greater San Antonio area on KSAT 12. And so there it goes. And with Adam Lopez working several corners, I'm going to be doing that all by my lonesome. How do you like that? Guys, we're running on 60 minutes. JR, do you have anything more to add on the very limited but exciting Christian Mbilli?
Oh, well, you did say it right there. Exciting, but very limited.
Jeff Lacey?
I mean, he visibly saw what was going on with Sergey Derevyanchenko and didn't necessarily take advantage of it. I know that there was a report that he injured his left shoulder during this fight as well, but I wasn't all too sure as to when that particularly happened. Still, with that being said, you see in the deficiencies that he has as far as like setting up shots, setting up power shots, and actually getting the most out of those punches. He kind of punches wildly in some cases. So with him like having that type of deficiency, him going up against the likes of a Jaime Munguia or a Lester Martinez or a Diego Pacheco, so to speak, there within the super middleweight division and those top contenders, he would, at least for me, he would have a lot of problems with those guys. So, Mark Ramsey is I would say a very good trainer there. But
Excellent
yeah,
trainer.
he definitely has a lot to work on here with Christian Mbilli against those top contenders in the super middleweight division.
Well, here's a comment for the coach, and thank you. And you're right on the money, JR, as you always are. Peter Von Arts, welcome to the show, sir. And once again, thank you for hanging with us, supporting the coach. He says, Mbilli is as ready as he's going to be. Y'all know that. Do we, coach?
Yeah, I don't know how much more he can improve, to tell you the truth, because he was going all out trying to knock Sergey out. And,
Hey, hold on, coach. Hold on. JR, brother, I'm going to have to put you on mute because you're opening those egg rolls, man. Come on now. No, go ahead. As you were, Ronnie.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Opening those fortune cookies. Don't do that anymore. Keep going, Ronnie.
I don't know how much Mbilli can improve on, because Sergey, while he's an older fighter, he hit him with everything that he had, and he still couldn't put him away. Being injured, sometimes being injured though give you much more presence of everything that's coming at you, so you start to see everything. But for me, I think that knowing that Sergey only had one arm, and he couldn't get him out. Sometimes that's going to put a lot of pressure on him, and people are going to keep saying this. So how do you bring him back now? Do you bring him back with an easier fight to get his confidence back? Or do you put him in now with a much more experienced guy and test him to see where he's at? Because, right now, I don't think nobody knows where he's at. Because, because it could be mind-boggling to a fighter when, man, why didn't I get this guy out of there? But if he looked, nobody got him out of there.
Yep.
Sergey is a tough guy. I know because I had Jamal Charlo to fight him.
Yep.
And, he gave us a great fight. Jamal won the fight, but it was a great fight. And, Sergey, he takes a great shot. So, but, you can really, mess with a guy's psyche now. Do you put him back in with somebody better than Sergey, or do you give him a lesser opponent? And look, they got great matchmakers, as we all know, over at Top Rank. So they're going to figure out what's best for him, and he should be all right.
Well, all I can say is trial by fire, Coach Ronnie. Trial by fire. Because, look, I mean, come on. If you've invested all of this money in this cat, and he's not a big-ticket seller right now, all you can do, I mean, the only thing you can do to increase his market value is to stick him in tough. He's already at that age. Don't pussyfoot. Come on, man. This is the fight game. You want to sell tickets? You want to become a big name? You have no choice but to move in one direction.
Yep.
Trial by fire, baby. And that's it.
There's no other choice now at this point. You're number 1 in the WBC, number 2 in the WBA, number 3 in the other organizations. There's nowhere to go but up. And you almost are part of a WBC tournament of sorts there with Top Rank. You face the number 7 guy in Derevyanchenko, and McGee is about to face the number 6 guy in Eric Bazinian, right? So
Bazinian. Yeah.
That means I just see, like I mentioned it before, you may have number 1 versus number 2 for maybe the interim WBC title later on down the line. So, hey, he's going to have to find out the hard way eventually.
So here we go, guys. And once again, best of luck to Sergey Derevyanchenko. And once again, that guy has warrior written all over him. And look, my heart goes out to him because he has to be the best fighter since Obakar to never win a major world title. How do you like that, Coach?
Yeah, Obakar. I remember Obakar.
Oh, yeah. Poor guy. And once again, you would have sworn that he would have actually won a major world title at the time.
Yep, absolutely.
But he always came up short.
Yep.
Can you think of anyone besides maybe David Tua that was of that ilk that never won a major world title?
Yeah, that's the best. Two of the best guys that should have won a world title that did.
Yep. And I tell you what, my hat goes off to him, and my heart goes out to him as well. But hey, in the immortal words of Rocky Balboa, hey, keep on punching, Sergey. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, man, I tell you what. And for Christian Mbilli, brother, you done dipped your toe into deep waters. Now it's time to sink or swim. That's it. That's it. Coach, once again, I have to go back to this because this is a little shocking. All the money that Riyadh season is spending, or can you say all the money that they've been losing? Is this a product of them losing their ass, the Saudi royal family, and not getting a return on their investment? I'm going to repeat this one more time, guys. Now, obviously, the main event is what we're clamoring to see. But in the co-main event, Shakur Stevenson versus Joe Cordina. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Camille Zarameta. Fabio Wardley versus Fraser Clark 2. J.O. Bataya versus Jack Massey. Benjamin Whitaker versus Liam Cameron. Sky Nicholson versus Raven Chapman. Muhammad Alakel versus Jesus Gonzalez. Correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but we've seen Al Heyman PBC prelims that are on YouTube better than this.
Yes, I think they really don't want to take away from the main event. That's all I can think of.
And you're being nice, Ronnie.
Yeah. The only other fight that I see is the rematch for the heavyweight between Clark and Woodley. That's the only other fight that could really be good. That could be another bomb burner.
Agreed. Agreed.
But besides that, yeah, everything else is garbage.
Yep. Garbage with a capital G, guys. And look, this is, look, I hate to say it, guys. Oh, wait a minute. Big Luke, my former fighter. Is that the Blaxican? No, that's a different Benjamin Whitaker. He is now retired. But thank you for remembering, Big Luke. We love you, my friend. But look, guys, I will say this. This is a result of you guys not financially supporting the Riyadh season cards. That's it. That's it. Now, this should tell you everything you need to know about the future plans of Turkey Al Sheikh and Saudi royal families' investment in boxing. If anyone thought before this announcement that they didn't care, oh, they print their own money, they don't care about making money. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Now, you tell me, you give me one person who's ever been in this business, Ronnie, that doesn't care about a return on their investment. And I've got some oceanfront property to sell you in San Antonio. Now, once again, Ronnie, this should be a red flag to everyone who loves boxing. Please urge these guys, once again, to start financially supporting your beloved boxing before it goes away.
Oh, absolutely, man. We definitely got to support this thing, man. And, and look, it's tough, man. It's tough. Yes, the Saudis are looking to Eddie Hearn to help them to put on these fights. They should also look elsewhere also for help because, yeah, the main event is a great fight. But people want to see, if people are paying good money, they want to see good fights. Simple as that. And, these guys aren't in the business to lose money. Definitely not, And sure, they have a lot of money, but that's their money. And they can do as they please. But just like anything else, they want to make money too. They're not just trying to give it away. But, you get what you pay for. And that's, and boxing people, real boxing people who pay for this, they want to get what they pay for. And that's good fights. So we have to really support this. But, but we got to urge everybody to put on the best fights that can possibly be made.
That's it, guys. Ronnie said the magic words. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. So if you're illegally streaming this, shut up. You have no room to complain. You want to see what you want? You want to become the real bosses of boxing again? Then you have to start financially supporting the product again. That's it, or else no one is going to listen to a damn thing that you said. No one's going to care about what you post on Twitter, except the fighters, ignorantly. No one's going to care about what you have to say ever. Money talks, guys. Put up or shut up. That's it. JR, do you have anything to add to that before we start talking about Terrence Bud Crawford again?
This is it gets to be a concerning situation there. You are dealing with this Saudi Arabia, a Riyadh season investment into boxing. I had Saudi Arabia because this isn't their first venture, so to speak, when it comes to sports. They've been involved with soccer. They've been involved with golf, with Live Golf too. So, boxing is, one of their multiple dealings and involvements with boxing. But as y'all said, if the people aren't necessarily financially supporting it, like how long will they be able to sustain it? Now, I know that Riyadh season has been very involved with a lot of the boxing organizations and with the promotional companies, and hopefully with them working together more often, then maybe we see more competitive fights. But it's all up to the fans to support it. If they don't support it, then what you're seeing right now, you're not going to see for long.
Yep, guys, and I couldn't have stated that any better. Now, once again, I'm going to repeat this to you guys. Check this out, right? Check this out. Now, let me just say this to you. This was the 5-on-5, right? Philip Ergovich versus Mark Demori, Frank Sanchez versus Junior Fa, Daniel Dubois versus Jarrell Miller, Arslanbek Makhmudov versus Ajit Kabayel, Jaya Pataya versus Ellis Zorro, Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin, Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker, Dimitri Bivol versus Lyndon Arthur. Now, once again, that was back in December 23rd of last year. Now, do I have to repeat this shit card to show you the difference? Do I have to do that, guys?
No.
That's what happens when you don't purchase these things.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, guys. I don't know what else to say besides, hey, let's move to the next topic. Okay, Here it is. Terrence Bud Crawford has stated now, you know what? I'm not interested in any more fights except Canelo Alvarez.
Oh, my God.
Coach Ronnie, why is he saying that? As if we didn't know. But go ahead. We'll let you say it.
He wants the money. It's time for the biggest payday of his life.
Money, 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 money. Yep, that's it.
Look,
boy.
Here's the thing, right? There's only one person that can pay for that fight.
Yep.
And that's Turkey. But understand this, that, he's not a big fan of Canelo right now because basically Canelo is not kissing his butt, like everybody else is, because Canelo, look, I saw the back and forth between them, right? Canelo, all Canelo said was, wait till after my fight on September the 14th, then we could talk. That's all he said. Turkey didn't like that. He didn't like that. Because he figured, hey, I'm the one paying. You should talk to me now.
Yep.
But Canelo, look, he doesn't need his money. And he don't understand that. He thinks everybody needs his money. And everybody's not that way. Well, so we'll see what happens, but Coach, Canelo's going to ask for a lot of money.
Yep. Look, Coach. Maybe you haven't been given the memo, but the reason why Turkey Al-Sheikh took such great exception to Canelo's words is because who do you think is funding this latest PBC endeavor? Amazon. It's Turkey Al-Sheikh. Really? Turkey Al-Sheikh. Yeah, Amazon isn't putting forth anything. Turkey Al-Sheikh is the one who is silently, from what I understand now, I may be wrong, but I don't think I am, because there's been 3 different people telling me this, that he is funding this event for PBC. Now, I will say this, though. This event makes this Riyadh season event look like horseshit. And I don't like Saul Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. but it's a step up from this horseshit. Now, pardon my French, guys. Rolly Romero versus Manuel James. Stephen Fulton versus Carlos Castro. Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumbee. Erislandy Lara versus Danny Garcia. And Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Hamburger Langa. To me, that's a blockbuster compared to what's scheduled on October 12th. And I'm being nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Joe.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say maybe Turkey got offended because maybe he thought that he could control Canelo Alvarez like he controls Tyson Fury. Oops, my bad.
Well, you know what? Tyson Fury's not a stupid man. He goes where the money is.
Yeah.
Right? Canelo Alvarez, when this fight fails to get over 300 pay-per-view sales, 300,000, well, who do you think he's going to be calling up next?
Yeah.
And when you consider how much money Terrence Crawford just lost, Turkey Al Sheikh.
Ooh.
Guys, once again, if you guys want to be the real bosses of boxing from this point forth, you've got to start putting your money where your mouth is. Now here it is. Let's see. Sid UK says, and thank you for hanging with us, Sid. We appreciate you supporting the coach. He says, Canelo is king. Why people hate on him for? As the UK president of the Canelo Fan Protection Club, that's very, very well said, sir. I remind all the fans that he's earned his stripe and boxing is better with him. That's right. It is in the American market. But for how much longer?
Yeah.
Now, once again, you guys are the real bosses of boxing. And if you don't pay for this event, where does it go? Because we just saw Mbilli isn't ready, coach. Who's his next opponent at 168, coach?
Yeah, that's gonna be tough, man.
I might have an idea.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you say William Skull, I'm going to mute you for the rest of eternity.
What if he doesn't win his next fight? Skull, that is, though.
Oh, no. I was still on Canelo. I'm like, Berlanga, are you serious? Now, Coach, let's get the coach's point of view here. Now, Coach, we're looking at here it is. Fact or fiction? Canelo versus Berlanga is a bigger mismatch than Shakur versus Cordina. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Oh, no shit. Oh, por qué, senor? Come on, explain that one. Woo! Hold on, dude. That was awesome. Hold on. Let me make it official. Here we go.
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for fact or fiction.
Here we go one more time. The only fact or fiction of the episode, guys. We'll go to Ronnie, fact or fiction. Oh. Canelo versus Berlanga is a bigger mismatch than Shakur versus Cordina. Fact or fiction, Coach?
Fiction.
Oh, come on. Woo! Man, I love Tuesday nights. Is Berlanga really that bad, Coach? Or is it what you're saying is, in the immortal words of Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey fame, so you're saying there's a chance. Oh shit! So Berlanga has a chance, Coach.
Or
is that matchup just that bad?
The matchup is just that bad. So,
Oh shit!
but both matchups are bad.
Oh
Both
jeez.
matchups are bad. But I
Yep.
just think we better leave it at that. Both matchups are bad.
Chingo. Yeah, both matchups are horrendous, guys. Now, come on.
No.
If this is the best you can do and anticipate anyone purchasing this crap, guys, come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Because I guarantee you, a lot of the matchups that we produced this Saturday on August 24th in San Antonio are going to be much more competitive. What are we doing here, guys? You guys have all the money in the world to put these matchups together, and this is the best you can do. No wonder Dana White is laughing at us. I'm sorry. You're parting shots, Ronnie, because we're at the end of the road with Real Boxing with Ronnie Shields, because this is embarrassing, Coach.
Well, we're going to definitely see what happens on all of these fights, but Berlanga,
yeah.
Just let me say something about him, right? The worst thing he can do right now is to psych himself up and say, I'm going to jump on top of Canelo Alvarez as soon as that bell rings. Then the fight could be over before it gets started. It's best he go in there scared, because then he'll fight better.
Oh.
But if he goes in there and try to jump on Canelo Alvarez from bell one, it's going to be over with so fast. He ain't gonna know he fought.
Oh, Chingao, Ronnie.
That's how bad it's going to be.
Yeah, guys, and look, maybe this is a stroke of genius by Eddie Hearn. Because if you wanted to pick a matchup to make Shakur Stevenson look exciting again, yeah, Joe Cordina is your guy. But headlining a pay-per-view, Canelo versus Hamburger Langa, and once again, if you guys want to sell this fight, then you better pull out a rabbit out of that magic hat like Ross Greenberg and make a countdown special like Mayorga versus De La Hoya, because that's what it's going to take. I can see that happening, can't you, Coach?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Oh, my gosh, because that's what it's going to take, because let's just face it, Ronnie, and you remember that card, De La Hoya versus Mayorga was a mismatch.
It was.
And our late, great, dear friend, Emmanuel Stewart, said it within the first 30 seconds. I'll never forget. And I stood up, Emmanuel, our dear friend, and I said, Emmanuel, why do you ruin these fights within the first 30 seconds? What are you talking about, Joseph? I don't do anything of the sort. And I'm like, oh, really? Well, who does this sound like? Oh, see, that's the real reason why De La Hoya chose Mayorga, because look, he's got no balance. He's wide looping shots. He looks like an amateur fighter. In fact, I've got some amateurs right now at the Kronk that could whoop his ass. And then within the next 30 seconds, De La Hoya fires a quick, compact left hook that floors him. See, there it is. And it's funny. We were at the, excuse me, when we were having this conversation, we were at the buffet at the Pachanga, right? Yeah. And he goes, I'll see it. Let me go back to the crabs. Because he knew I was right. Yeah. But look, that's about the caliber of this fight. And I mentioned this to Coach James Gogi, and he goes, no. That is an insult to Ricardo Mayorga, who was a champion and beat Vernon Forrest. He was a legitimate champion. You can't take that away from him.
That's right.
And you know what? He's got a point, Coach Ronnie.
Oh, yeah. Beat my guy twice.
So don't say that ever again on this show. That's blasphemy, brother. But hey, but look, be that as it may. So what is Edgar Berlanga then, Coach?
Oh, I don't know what he is.
But
I
guys,
really put it down.
that's gonna just about do it. So, guys, we always love conversing with the living legend, Coach Ronnie Shields. And I tell you what, guys, buckle up and stay tuned. Boxing, during football season, we're going to have to depend on the comedic stylings of J.R. Bell, Ronnie Shields, and Joseph Aaron to get us through this. Because, Ronnie, do you see anything on the horizon until Fury Usyk 2 that's going to quench our thirst for real big-time boxing?
No, I don't see anything that's gonna just get people excited. I really don't see nothing yet. But you never know. We'll see what happens.
And there it is, guys. Once again, the living legend. He knows. I'll tell you what, Coach, we always love conversing with you, brother, every Tuesday night. And thank you for never disappointing, man. Look, Jesus M says this is a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, at least Oscar versus Mayorga was entertaining. That it was. I'll tell you what was more entertaining was the buildup. So that's my word of advice to everyone at the brass of PBC. Make the buildup more entertaining. Come on now, because I'm sorry, Edgar Berlanga. Oh, forgive me for saying this, Coach. He's about as sharp as a marble. And I'm being nice. So I tell you what, guys, wave your magic wand, make the production what it is, and let's make this matchup sizzle, at least for the casual mainstreams who don't know any better. But, Coach, do you have any parting shots for our listening audience, sir?
Yeah, as always, you can follow me on Instagram at official Ronnie Shields.
And I tell you what, guys, Coach, we couldn't do this without you, brother. You're the man, but God bless you, brother. Oh, man. So wait a minute. What's our next big event? Is it Noya Inoue versus, on September 3rd? Is it, JR?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Although I'm looking forward to tomorrow's fight between Jared Hurd and Jason Rosario there on Pro Box. But
Pro Box, yes.
Yeah. But, outside of that, it's that Inoue fight is the next, I guess, event,
Oh, boy.
But don't forget on the zone, August 30th. My guy, Andreas Katsourakis.
Andreas Katsourakis, is that
semifinals?
Semifinals.
The semifinals, guys. Yes. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Do not look to the big time events because those look a little lackluster. Keep your eyes focused on all of the regional cards to sizzle. Once again, we've got Red Owl Boxing coming out of Houston, Texas with Andreas Katsourakis. You've got mine coming up this Saturday,
Atlanta,
baby.
Georgia.
Oh, it's going to be Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, very good. Very good.
OTX.
Let's talk about this. 2 minutes, Coach. 2 minutes, because we're going on 90 minutes. How is Andreas adapting at 54? And did you guys watch tape together? And did you see anything that you could improve upon?
Absolutely. We watched tape together. And I always see things that I feel can help him. And man, he's just a pleasure to work with. This guy, he does everything you tell him to do. He tries everything, even if he feels uncomfortable doing certain things, but he knows what's best for him. And he's been having some great sparring with some of my guys, David Stevens. He's been sparring with Hakeem Taylor, who's done a great job helping us out. And man, just everybody in the gym, just supporting everybody. And it's just, we're looking forward to next week.
Well, I tell you what, on behalf of Adam Hurley, we second and third that sentiment. You're a legend, Ronnie. God bless you, brother. And we'll stay focused on, regardless of what Turkey Al Sheikh gives us, we'll stay focused on the task at hand. And we look forward to see. Well, look, Andreas Katsourakis, can we say he's going to be the next great promoter in boxing when he retires.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, he is a great man. That guy
Yes, he is.
has it. Yep, I tell you what. So look forward to seeing him in the ring August 30th.
Yeah.
Ronnie, it's always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you,
It's my
brother, for
pleasure.
everything, sir. And I
Thank
tell you
you,
what,
guys.
guys, support the living legend on Instagram at the official Ronnie Shields. God bless you, my brother. Have a great evening. I'll contact you soon. Guys, I tell you what, we're going to stay on for a little bit, and we're going to talk about Big James. Do you have any time to spend with yours truly, or are you really that busy, sir?
Nah, I'm good now. Yeah,
Now
I'm
that
good
you
now.
finished eating, woo! I tell you what, brother. Honestly, let's go back to this fight card because I will tell you this. And to say I was disappointed is a massive understatement. Like, dude, seriously, Shakur Stevenson versus Joe Cordina.
Oh man, that's the part that really has me upset. Just from an overall fan's perspective and adding the whole thing as far as like covering the sport, right? I mean, you're talking about Shakur Stevenson that's coming off of what he had with Top Rank, what he was getting paid with Top Rank, and he was shopping around, and then of course we get the news about him, having the mandatory due, and so some people thought, well, maybe hey, he could be facing Williams Zepeda. It's like, okay, that good, that's pretty good. Then we had some, reports floating around here and there. There may have been talks about him fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. And when that was out there, it was like, ooh, this is something that, we have been waiting for. We wanted to see that fight. But, in the past couple of weeks, you had, of course, back and forth with Shakur and members of Tank's team. And then Tank went out to Paris, France to support the U.S. boxing team. And apparently during that time, there were some things that kind of like was released as far as like reports in reference to Shakur Stevenson. And to me, when reports are out and they kind of focus on, oh, I could have, did something with so-and-so, but they weren't really, saying nothing, then that gives me a sign that, one, you really weren't going that direction, and two, you're not even going the direction that some may have thought you were going to go.
Look, and
So,
to all of you guys who poo-pooed on Big J.R. Bell's rumor mill report that said that guys, no chance in Shakur and Williams Zepeda happening anytime soon. Shame on you. Shame on all of you guys. Because J.R. Bell has the scoop. Live and learn. Live and learn. I'm sorry, as you were, JR.
yeah, so I mean, even with the thing as far as like the WBC putting out that purse bid, like at the very least, you would have enough interest in a Shakur Stevenson versus Williams Zepeda fight that the fight would have been made without going to purse bid, so to speak. So we were here like, days leading up to it, and then we get a clue in what Shakur Stevenson is going to do when the WBC rankings get released. And when they get released, you see there Joe Cordina appearing in the lightweight rankings. And when that happened, it was like, oh, there we go.
There we go.
And for me, this is what was disappointing is because you have a mandatory challenger right there. And, I go, through the mandatory rules and everything like that. So it's like one of two things. One, you likely could have made a deal with Williams Zepeda to do a step aside, right?
Yep.
But then two, with you doing that, you elected to have a voluntary defense against a fighter that's within number 11 to number 15 in the WBC rankings according to their rules.
Oh, Chingal.
So that means all of those guys were that were at 2 through 10 at the very least, you didn't even consider. I know you're not gonna fight your so-called brother Keyshawn Davis. I know that Keyshawn has something lined up in Norfolk. Okay, I get that. But you could have even revisited a fight with Frank Martin. If you're going to face somebody coming off of a loss, why not Frank Martin? But no, you go up against a guy that got knocked out in the super featherweight division in Joe Cordina. That is what upsets me about this.
You know what, brother? Honestly, I can tell you this. As much as I would hate to see this, man, you know what? Joe Cordina, get him. You know, honestly, dude, Shakur Stevenson, I hope you get buzzed. I hope you get hurt and look like shit for accepting this assignment for $5 million rock. You know what? That's what you get. That is what you get, brother. I'll tell you what. Look. I hope Adam Lopez is getting on the panel tonight because honestly, Adam, it's been a minute, and you know what? He always has a lot to say, but I have to say this. I am disgusted. But once again, can you blame Turkey Al-Sheikh, James, for adopting this ideology and saying, you know what? To hell with you guys. I've given you fight cards that are great. I've paid through the nose for all of this talent, and you guys haven't shown me any love whatsoever. So you know what? I'm going to give you exactly what I want just to maybe break even. And you know what? If you guys complain, I don't care. Because you guys haven't financially supported any of the cards that I put forth from this, from my inception into the sport of boxing.
Yeah, and this goes to our message that we've had some time ago, particularly in 2023, when we had a number of very, very, very good fights, great matchups, great pay-per-views, all that stuff, and the fans didn't support it. And because of that, that's why you have limitations when it comes to big events all across the board.
Take my money. What happened to that?
Mm-hmm. And that is why, at least up to this particular point, have we seen an ESPN Plus pay-per-view event directly from Top Rank?
Nope.
Nope. We've only seen a few events, pay-per-view, Amazon Prime, at least at this particular point. And I only see about maybe 2 more this year.
Look, as much as I don't like to contradict our dear friend Coach Ronnie Shields, I will say this. Canelo versus Berlanga? Yeah, that's a much more enticing matchup than Shakur versus Joe Cordina.
Mm-hmm.
At least he's got a puncher's chance. At least that guy can punch. Right. At least there's seemingly some bad blood.
Right.
This? What the hell is this? I'm sorry. What the hell is this? What the hell is this, JR?
This is like out of nowhere, like an RKO.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. This is bad, guys. This is bad. This is as bad as it gets. Thank you, Eddie Hearn. What happened to Earn with Hearn? What happened to him being the best promoter in boxing? What happened? Guys, once again, you want to stand on your soapbox and shit on Al Heyman and his cards? You have no room for argument at this point. Look at this shit. And this is what Turkey Al Sheikh's money? And you want to shit on Al Heyman? You give me one card that Al Heyman has put forth that has been this bad over the last 2 years. I'll wait.
I mean, it's not only that with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. I mean, you have what you have as far as like the showing there with the boots in this event, but here this is kind of like a UK card, and I know that you had something. You're going to have something a month before, but why are you continuing to offer your fighters to fight outside of the UK?
Yep. This is a disgrace, guys. This is a disgrace. Eddie Hearn, and once again, no skin off his teeth. He's going to be making 20% of everything that's generated. Shit. Hold on real quick. Adam Hurley says this. I'm going for Beterbiev because John Scully's Joseph's boy. I don't know if you can say that, but yes, he is going to be on the show tomorrow. But look, and John Iceman Scully, he already knows how I feel. And he's not going to say anything about this, and I'm not going to bring it up. But he already knows how I feel. In my opinion, he knows. Everyone who's a part of Arthur Beterbiev's camp knows. This dude is damaged goods. Is he going to say no, even though he's not 100%? Is he going to say no and pass on, once again, the biggest payday of his entire career? No. He's going to go through with it because he knows this is his golden parachute. This is it. And you're going to see him announce his retirement immediately following the wide UD12 that Dimitri Bivol's going to win. I'm sorry, guys. That's how it is. Because let me tell you, Beterbiev, before this torn meniscus, he had a very good chance of winning, I thought. But
I thought he was going to beat him bad.
But after, can you see him catching Dimitri Bivol?
Yeah, I don't see him like moving around the ring in any sense, man. I don't. Not at this stage. Not with that type of injury.
Nope. After after a torn meniscus at age 39.
At age 39. I mean, we just talked about the whole thing there with the torn bicep with Sergey Derevyanchenko. And he's what, 38?
Yep.
So now you got Beterbiev, and he's had, a history of injuries already before this. And now this one here pretty much could take the cake. Yeah. And I like Beterbiev as well. But
guys, once again, you're going to see someone show up for a paycheck. And I know he genuinely doesn't believe that. He always thinks, hey, you know what? I'm a prize fighter. I'm going to come up. I'm going to show up, and I'm going to do my best. But against, statistically speaking now, the most defensively responsible fighter in boxing, with the best footwork, the best jab, you're going to close the distance on this guy. Really. With a torn meniscus. Okay. So you're not showing up for a paycheck, Arthur. Okay. October 12th, show us. Show me, don't tell me. Show me, don't tell me. JR, do I have to say anything else?
Nah. I'm still rooting for Beterbiev, though, but...
We all are. We all are. I'll tell you what, guys. Look, there's not a whole lot I can say except for what's happening in December that I'm genuinely looking forward to. Can we honestly say that we're looking forward to Canelo versus Berlanga?
No.
Honestly, I can tell you I'm looking forward to more. I'm more looking forward to Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumbee.
Wow. Hey.
In my opinion, that's a much more competitive matchup.
Mm.
Am I looking more forward to the return of Roland Romero? Yeah, I can honestly tell you. Because Canelo versus, look, even though I rank this higher than Shakur versus Joe Cordina.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Canelo versus Berlanga is a shit show, guys. It's going to play out almost identically to Canelo versus James Kirkland. It's going to be over within 4.
Or Canelo versus Abdi Yildirim.
No, I can't see Edgar Berlanga taking that many shots without getting hurt. Abdi Yildirim has a much better chin than Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Consolidated. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Love you, brother, on the show. There's a gentleman who's in the business. He says he will trap Bivol. His ability to cut off the ring is the best I've ever seen. Yep. With 2 good knees.
Right. Like,
once again, you're not considering that he has a damaged meniscus. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows this. And Beterbiev, yes, he has skills. Just like Sergey Derevyanchenko has skills. But you have to be healthy to put forth and execute those skills now, don't you, JR?
you sure do.
Guys, this is a problem. Honestly, I'm looking at the calendar ahead, and I don't see anything to look forward to except for Usyk Fury 2. That's it.
Well,
I'm going to be focused on my Dallas Cowboys. I can tell you that right now.
Well,
that's it.
I'm looking forward to Joshua versus Dubois. Well, mainly because...
Yeah, dude, what is your prediction for that fight? And we'll say why.
Listen, I'll be very happy.
So you know when I get the first word out of J.R. Bell, listen, you already know what that means. Now keep going, sir.
Well, number one, I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to be going. That's number one. Woo! And number 2 is because I want to be in that atmosphere at Wembley Stadium in an all-domestic dust-up and witness Anthony Joshua flatten Daniel Dubois within 5 rounds.
Well, I tell you what, brother. I tell you what. Why don't you? And I'll set up a meeting between you guys when you're in town. You should have breakfast with my brother Thomas. Man, he's a great guy. He's going to be on the show this week. Yeah, guys. Daniel Dubois. This is a horrific, not just a bad. This is a horrific style matchup for Daniel Dubois. As much as I love me some Triple D, this is going to be a horror show for him. Hold on. Let's see. Big Lou, thank you for hanging with us, my friend. We love you, man. Did Beterbiev have his meniscus repaired or removed? Repaired. According to Iceman John Scully. Repaired. And look, Iceman, don't do that, man. Don't do that. JR, will we even see this fight in November?
60% chance.
That we don't? I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, we're not going to see that fight. I'll be shocked if we see that fight take place. Tyson versus Jake Paul. And even then, is it targeted towards us, diehard fight fans? No. But I will say this. I'm more anxious to see that fight than Canelo Berlanga and Shakur versus Cordina.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Hold on. Consolidated says this. Joseph, you know Arthur has access to the best juice available up there in Canada. I think he'll recover just fine. Consolidated, what the hell do you think caused this predicament in the first place? Need I say more? Once again, James.
Nope, that's all you need to say right there.
You know what? Something tells me that Iceman is going to have a last-second cancellation just like he did last time. This is going to get back to him, I promise you. But hey, I can't control that.
Right.
But look, guys, that's what caused all of this. If you think his power is just organic, think again, guys. This is boxing we're talking about, right? Yeah. So there it is, guys. Oh, hold on. I've had repaired is more complicated. Yes, it is. He could tear it again. Yes, he could. Just yank that crap out of there and you're good to go. Well, unfortunately, yeah. So Consolidated has the beat. Lifting heavy for too many years. Yep. Heavier than your ligaments can actually maintain. Yep. That's what causes it.
Yeah. Putting too much wear and tear on that.
You know what? I'm getting really hungry. I think I'm going to bow out and actually get something to eat because listen to James eat his Chinese food was getting me hungry.
Well, actually, it was a cheesesteak burrito.
Oh, shit. Dude, you're in Texas. That's right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, win in Rome. That's it.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Are you going to go see Coach Ronnie tomorrow at the gym, brother?
I'm going to see if I can. But
You
probably
should, man. He's there for you, brother. He's always there for you, my friend.
Yep.
But I tell you what, guys, we're going to say goodnight then. Then I was planning on here, look at this. Look at this. You see this? Consolidated says this. I tore mine. Took 3 years to recover. Yeah.
Ooh.
So how long has it been since he tore his meniscus?
It's been, under 6 months?
Yep. Iceman says, didn't Sergio Martinez have the same surgery? No. That was actually a torn ACL and MCL. He looked like the Vlasic Stork against Miguel Cotto, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember those absurd long trunks so he didn't want those braces showing?
Right.
That looks so stupid. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Wearing a dress? How many times did he get floored in that fight versus Miguel Cotto, a natural 47-pounder?
Oh, my goodness. At least, 5 times?
Yep. Guys, this is not going to be good. And it's not going to be competitive. And I'm just waiting for my phone to ring with, or at least to buzz with Iceman John Scully canceling on me. And there it is. Oh, boy. Oh, here it is. Big Luke. I had mine removed and now can mow lawns with the best of them. Well, thank your lucky stars that you don't have to cut off the ring and close the distance against Dimitri Bivol. Oh, guys, I'll tell you what. The boxing calendar is looking abysmal. Once again, look. I'm really looking forward to this September 3rd between Noi Inoue and TJ
Go ahead.
Gonna get his ass whooped. How about that?
Yeah.
TJ gonna get his ass whooped. But
Yeah.
other than that, aside from that, what's there to look forward to at this time?
Yeah, there isn't much to look forward to.
In terms
And
of big
it,
events, I should say.
yeah,
Because look, guys,
and
look, Wednesday, James has the right idea. We always see a great product, right? Oh shit. Now it's time to go. I already know it's time to go now. You mean Joseph? W.A.W, welcome to the show, sir. You mean Joseph, you're not excited for Floyd versus Gotti 3? Holy shit. All right. Well, on that note, guys, we'll say goodnight. Ching Gao, dude. James. Oh my gosh. Honestly, guys, I would much rather see a rematch between a shot Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. I would much rather see that. And I don't want to see that. Oh boy. Is there anything I can add to put salve on the wound?
nope, that pretty
Nope.
much says it up.
That's it, guys. Look. And I will be honest. I'll be 100% honest. Being in boxing at this time, with everything that is happening, once again, I'm about to get spiritual on you guys. And I'll cut it short. I don't have all night. But I'll say this. With our boxing schedule coming up and seeing the DNC, right, offer free abortions and vasectomies in Chicago.
Oh man.
Can you say you're the party of evil without saying you're the party of evil? Can you? Yeah.
That could certainly do it right there.
I'll tell you what, let's just leave things on that note, because I'll tell you what, guys, pray. Pray, guys. Well, hold on. Well, I'm getting hungry. You know what? I might do a show here in about an hour with my brother Adam Lopez if he's down. Adam, would you be available in an hour? Because I'm going to come back, brother. I'm going to come back. I just need to get something to eat real quick. Like, I'm shaking right now because I'm old and I need to get something in my stomach. And honestly, that Philly cheese burrito sounds freaking delicious. I love you, James. Thank you for being a part of this show, my friend. And once again, it's an honor to be able to visit with Coach Ronnie every single week. And you know what? He's all class. He is the best thing about boxing. Like, he is one of the best guys, not only you'll meet in this business, but in life. And we're all the wiser for we're all the better for being able to visit with Coach Ronnie on these Tuesdays. Oh, shit. Hold on. Adam says, I grabbed 2 tall boys because I knew the show was going to get good. Well, look, brother, I will say this. Keep those tall boys in the fridge. I'm going to grab me something to eat, and I'm going to put up another show because I have a busy day tomorrow, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Well, I'm anticipating a cancellation from John Iceman Scully, but we'll see what happens. But look, give me something to eat, and I'll come back. JR, your parting shots, brother.
Well, this was a very good show, and we did get a good laugh in that last part there with Coach Ronnie Shields.
Shit.
But we're definitely looking forward to what's going to be happening, of course, tomorrow, and we'll talk about some more action of what's going on around the sport of boxing here. But just big thanks to you, Joe, here on the War Week Boxing. For providing this, content for the people and for boxing fans to get a better understanding of what's going on in the boxing business.
Well, I tell you what, JR, once again, just like Ronnie, man, you're one of the bright spots of this business. You're one of the hardest working guys and one of the smartest guys I've met in this business. And let me tell you, let's just hope, as much as we love the boxing business, let's just hope it loves us back just a little bit for the remainder of the year. I'll leave it at that. So God bless all of you guys on behalf of Coach Ronnie, the living legend, on behalf of J.R. Bell, the boxing source. I'm little old Joseph Heron. And you've been listening to Warweek Boxing. Have a great evening, everybody, and we'll see you in an hour. God bless all of you.